Hi, my name's Jeff Dean and I'm Math Dad. I'm here to help you help your kids understand math. I'm going to say a couple of words and I'm curious what you think about. Here it goes. Math facts. If you're like me, when you hear that word math facts, you think of anxiety. You might think of a ticking timer, tick, 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 tick. Just knowing that bell's going to ring soon, that means you can't do any more math facts. When I hear the word math facts, I think about these. It's just what I remember when I was a child, how we practiced math facts. We had a worksheet that we had to crank through as fast as we can and hoping to memorize them. Well, if you're a parent like me, my kids don't like working on worksheets. So there's gotta be some better ways to help them work on math facts without just going through worksheets. And that's what I want to share with you today. We're gonna start with something that can help our kids work on their addition facts, but maybe have a little fun while doing it. Check this out. Okay, so we want to practice addition facts, but we don't want to use worksheets. So here's how this game or challenge goes. We want to start with any two-digit number. So for example, I'm going to start with 28. Here's how we have our kids practice math facts with a two-digit number. We're going to ask them to add 2 and 8. And they're going to say 2 plus 8 is 10. Now, here's where they need to understand how the game works to continue. Because when we write down the next number, we're not going to write down 10. We're going to just write down what's in the ones place. We're going to verbalize 2 plus 8 is 10, but we're only going to write down the 0 because it's in the one place. It looks something like this. 2 plus 8 is 10, so I write down 0. 8 plus 0 is 8. 0 plus 8 is 8. 8 plus 8 is 16. So we're practicing the math facts really by verbalizing them. If you want to, you could have your student write down what they're adding up on the side or on another piece of paper so they're writing everything down. But what we're trying to do is we're trying to create a string of numbers and see how long that string goes before we get back to a 2 and an 8. So if I continue, it would look like this. 8 plus 6 is 14. 6 plus 4 is 10. 4 plus 0 is 4. 0 plus 4 is 4. 4 plus 4 is 8. As you can see, I'm practicing all kinds of addition facts right now, and I'm not on a worksheet. I actually am on a mission, in a way, to find how long this number string is. So let's keep going. 4 plus 8 is 12. 8 plus 2 is 0. 2 plus 0 is 2. 0 plus 2 is 2. 2 plus 2, is 4. 2 plus 4 is 6. And 4 plus 6 is 0. Now, there might get to a point where they're going, oh my goodness, this is going on forever. And it might be, but remember, we're on a mission. So we keep going. Let's go. 6 plus 0 is 6. 0 plus 6 is 6. 6 plus 6 is 12. And 6 plus 2 is 8. And there it is. We've gotten back to 28. And we've completed this string. I first saw this at a workshop by a presenter named Marilyn Burns. She called them number bracelets. The idea of a bracelet as you have your two clasps and they string themselves around. Because if I keep going, I'm going to get this same string of numbers over and over and over again. So we may as well stop there. It's just going to repeat unless we want more practice on those facts. Now, some of these number strings or number bracelets can be very short. I've seen things as short as maybe 5 or 6 numbers before they repeat. But I've also seen some that are really, really long. While I was trying to find one to be a good example to show here, I got this one. Look at this one. I started with 38 and I had to go through all of these numbers before I got back to 38. It took me about 4 to 5 minutes of going through that to get there. Imagine your student working on math facts for 4 to 5 minutes, non-stop, not with a timer ticking away, adding to anxiety, but on a mission, trying to finish a challenge. So what you can ask your kids to do is, can you find the shortest number string? Can you find the longest number string? Can you find one that seems to go on forever? Will it ever end? And then the other thing is they can start looking for patterns within them. It's just a way of practicing addition facts without doing just worksheets. A little bit more fun, a little bit more challenging, and it might keep them focused a little longer. It's something else to try. You know what, though? The thing to remember is they're practicing. They're verbalizing the fact, and then they're playing the game at the same time. Verbalize the fact, play a game. Or write down the fact, play the game. Either way, practicing those facts. That's addition. The next game that I'm going to show you deals with multiplication facts. So check this one out. All right, so here's the multiplication game. What you're going to need for this one is a piece of graph paper, which if you don't have one, you can download graph paper right off of the internet. And you're going to need a die and 2 different colored markers because you're going to have 2 people playing this game. The idea is this. Someone rolls the die. I rolled a 2. If I'm the blue player, I look at my numbers here and I want to take my 2 and multiply it by one of those numbers. So I may say I'm going to use the 7. And I go 2 times 7, which is 14. And then I go to my graph paper and I mark off 2 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 14. And I've used my 7 and my turn's over. Now the next person goes. They rolled a 5. Now 5's a pretty good number. They might want to use a bigger number because you can only use each number one time. So they may say, I'm going to go 5 times 8, which is 40, because I want to save that 9 in case I roll a 6. So they pick 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 by 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Mark off that rectangle. They have 40. And now this keeps going back and forth. Each person marking off a rectangle for the product that they got when they multiplied the number they rolled on the die times one of the numbers they have on their list. Once someone or each person has marked off all the numbers on the list, game's over, and then you can look to see who took over more of the space. Whoever did that is the winner. So by playing this game over and over and over again, you're working on multiplication facts, 9 each. Now, if you want an added challenge, you take a smaller piece of paper so that you may not always have room to put another rectangle. And how that adds a challenge is if you can't find a product that fits on the paper, you lose your turn. And then you have to be very, very strategic about which numbers you choose. So you have a couple of options. Just a big piece of paper, fill up as much as you can, or start limiting the paper, which allows you to block people. The other thing you could do for more advanced learners is take 2 die, roll them both, and say you rolled a 3 and a 6, that's 9. And then you can say 9 times 9 is 81. That allows you to get bigger products and take over more space. So that's the game. Multiplication on a grid against each other makes it a little bit more fun than just cranking out worksheets. There you have it. We all know that math facts are really important. The better you are at your math facts, the easier things get as you start getting older and older and have to do more and more complicated problems. But I just wanted to show you some fun ways to practice math facts by playing games or by doing some challenges instead of just doing worksheets. I hope that helps and it gives you some ideas of how to work with your kids. My name's Jeff Dean and I'm Math Dad.